This is how to do stinger skip for no major skips on PC. So you get here, um, you do the little cutscene with Buganhagen, and you walk left and right just a little bit until you get the encounter. You run away from the encounter. My formations are wrong, but don't worry about that. Um, you will get some sneaky steps in that fight if you have the correct formations. So here, you need to waste a fraction. So you can just press up for a second. 1 frame is fine. Couple frames is also fine. I think up to 7 frames is fine. And then you run up. And you can see the step ID in the top left is at 198 and fractions are at 0. It's important to waste that 1 fraction or couple fractions so that you are at step ID 198 and fraction 0 at this spot. And it's okay if you walk a little bit more than 1 frame because your fractions will reset on PC whenever you change screens. So here you walk left or walk right, you menu, close the menu. It's important to do that. You have to menu and close the menu between before each stinger skip. So then you do left, run left, run right, run left, run right, and all of these are full bonks. Then you do up and L1. You bonk. You do down and L1. And then here you need to go straight up until you get to this little curve. And somewhere around here, it's not super precise, you add L1. So up and L1 all the way until you're past that stinger and you run into this wall. So then you menu and close the menu. You run right, left, right, left, right, and then you do up and L1. You'll bonk there, and you release L1. And that gets you through the stinger. You come down here and get this turbo ether. Go up to the cutscene. And after this cutscene, you want to get as close to the loading zone as possible and then force an encounter. It's okay if you're not super close, but ideally you are. So you don't see Cloud's feet anymore at the top of the screen, and you just walk left and right until you get the encounter. The encounter's at step ID 126. Again, my formations are wrong, so you would not get this. You would get a side attack with 2 sneaky steps, and that's where you would learn death sentence. Um, so you would do that. You wouldn't run away. You'd win the fight. And then you run up, and ideally, when you run up, you'll still be at step ID 126. If you're a little bit too far from the loading zone and you're at step ID 128, that's okay. You just, don't want to be farther behind than you have to be. So that's it. That's PC Stinger Skip for NMS.